I'd like to just read a bit from this book about my healing garden. It's just about building a garden. From about 1993 to 2003, I guess. I lived up on the Sunshine Coast, and I healed myself from PTSD by gardening. No television, no radio, no newspapers. I just worked in the garden and got a house, a handyman to light it all up. So this is my healing garden. Like children at recess, spring flowers and shrubs tumble about in laughing chaos from every nook and cranny. Reds and pinks, blues and yellows giggle in bunches. Beneath a stem of bleeding heart, purple crocuses caress the garden fern with water droplets, crisp, fresh, clean. Here and there, the odd weed sneaks in and tries to masquerade as something sweet I dare not pull. Their roots are deep and they cry out to be left to live in peace. I feel their pain. I once was ugly and rejected, but held on. With so much beauty all around, how can I cast them out? They too have tiny buds. I'll let them stay. Striped prince of the underworld slithers past my shoe. Vivid stripes of almost blue blend with a leaning lavender. Poor creature so maligned. Surely it was Eve who tempted you. I know you've snatched a goldfish now and then. You also swallowed snails that eat my water plants. Pass in peace, enjoy the evening shade. You'll not be banished from this garden of plenty. Snails still draw abuminous trails across garden paths. Ants run conga lines near the kitchen door. I've asked them to stay outside, and they obey. We made peace years ago. Wood bugs scuttle where wood bugs must scuttle. Roses, luscious pink, climb the kitchen wall. Wildflowers riot in profusion before the compost boxes, which sprout new potatoes grown from last year's peelings. I'll harvest white and red gems before the fall turning of older compost onto this year's collection of lawn clippings, kitchen peelings, crushed eggshells and coffee grinds. On the front bank by the driveway, my palm tree, no longer ragged, announces the sparkling bay. My 2 pigeons are back again this year. They've moved in to the top of the gazebo where they perched in the sun, no longer complaining when I approach. I guess they've decided to let me stay. The same flock of starlings strafes the same crow above the arbutus. A pair of barn swallows have built their nest of mud and straw beneath the highest eaves above my bedroom window. In graceful flight, they twist and turn in search of flies and wasps, then swoop back to their home, then out again. They're feeding their nestlings bluebottles and horseflies. I hear the chirping from 3 hungry mouths as parents come and go from before dawn until well after sunset. What devotion. I wonder if the parents ever rest. So far, the ground below the nest is clean, but soon I'll need to quietly place a box of soil to catch the droppings as the baby birds back up and defecate over the edge of the nest. Last year, I collected quite a pile of fertilizer before the second brood had fledged. Other swallows have also nested nearby. Like neighborhood watch, they appear to work together and look out for one another's young. One morning, I watched a flock of angry birds mob a neighbor's cat with aerial acrobatics to make an air ace envious. The attack sent the old hunter running for cover behind my patio flower pots. Oliver, that's my cat, has learned in seasons past to stay well clear of swallows while they feed their babies. In winter, my bag of birdseed feeds Steller's drays, finches, Oregon juncos, rufous-sided towhees, starlings, chickadees, yellow warblers, crows, and red-winged blackbirds. My seeds feed raccoons, squirrels, and various other rodents. I'll happily feed whoever comes. While birds take turns at the bird feeder and bees tease the rhododendrons, my cat Oliver and his feline friends frolic around the grotto rocks and roll in the catnip at the Virgin's feet. Now I gaze at the grotto, a work of love built from beautiful chunks of blue and green rock. Between 1990 and 1998, sections of the Coast Highway from Half Moon Bay to Pender Harbour were blasted from some of the most beautiful granite on Canada's west coast. And I could go on from there, but that's a taste of my sea shot garden. Thank you very much.